In the evening, the Kinsmen presented a program emceed by Wall and Dent. Linda McKenzie sang. This is a Ukrainian group under the direction of Mrs. Rayhor. This is a number by the Ukrainian dancers. This is the Ukrainian day that was put on.
July the 5th, Nipawin's Ukrainian Centennial Day. You will now see one of the most outstanding features of our centennial year. Sponsored by the Greek Orthodox Church of St. Peter and St. Paul, All Saints Catholic Church of Nipawin and Silverpine, and the Ukrainian Greek Orthodox Church of St. Mary's Nipawin. This is the parade as it came down through town. There were many colourful floats. The dancers, the bands, the children's groups. This was the mayor and our MLA and their wives. This was a kindergarten group. A church. Here we have Mr. and Mrs. Dinturko and Mr. and Mrs. John Promich.
This is an interfaith service that was put on in the morning by all the religious groups involved.
The first service was a memorial service to the pioneers. The second service was a prayer service, and this was followed by a choir service conducted by Mr. Michael Pachuskio of Prince Albert of the combined choirs.
This is Mayor Pierre in welcoming all the people to the day. This is a shot of the dancers in their colorful outfits and the folk dances. This is MLA Doug McFarlane giving his address. This is the Welshman band from Cadet giving some entertainment during the day.
The pioneers were honoured this day too. On the stage we shall find Mr. and Mrs. John Orenko, Mr. and Mrs. Pete Madriga, Mr. John Shanko, Mr. and Mrs. George Short, represented by their daughter, Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Hriniak, Mr. and Mrs. John Shorter, and Mr. and Mrs. M. Misick.
This is a view of the banquet that was held in the evening.
Here in the evening, Mr. John Straczuk, associated with the pool and the adult education addressed the gathering. This is the evening performance out in the fairgrounds. The chairman was Mr. Dennis Lushanik.
This is Mrs. Ray Har giving a solo. This is the Ukrainian dancers again. This is the P. Mahola Institute dancers from Saskatchewan. On July 28th and 29th, the Nipawin District Agriculture Society had their annual fair. There was a monstrous parade at 11 o'clock in the morning, headed by the RCMP and a color group, the pipe band.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from the Alberta border to the northern pine land, from Manitoba to the US boundary. This land was made for you and me. I love my province, namely Saskatchewan, and where I hail from is good old Nipawin. It has the friendliest people, it's a pearl of the pine land. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from the Alberta border to the northern pine land, from Manitoba to the US boundary. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me the endless skyway. I saw below me the golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I saw before me as I went strolling those golden wheat fields that the wind was blowing. A Saskatchewan river was gently flowing. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from the Alberta border to the northern pine land, from Manitoba to the US boundary. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. That's okay, MacDonald did say, don't you worry none. Just you wait, in 100 years there'll be Centennial fun. They gathered round the conference table. Quebec was the town. There was MacDonald, Tupper, Cartier and more, and Canada was found. Yes, Confederation was the start of it all, and we've been through a lot since then. We've had war, depression, and scandal too, but we've come through again and again. That's okay, our leaders all say, we've got problems true, but we're a country full of vigor and vim, and we've got big things to do. Now it's been 100 years since then, we've come a long, long way. We're 20 million Canadians now, and Expo's here today. Yes, we're very proud of this wonderful land, proud of our heritage too. And we've got a lot to be thankful for from God and our country true. We're okay, Pearson does say, things are up to date. We've made MacDonald's dreams come true. These last 100 years have been great. On it Hillroo, on it Tune, tous les jours de nationalité. Faisons tous ces efforts pour la gloire
We are 20 million. Canada. Rolling 5 to 6 and promises proud. We are 10 and 3 to see. North, south, east, west. There'll be happy times. Church bells will ring, ring, ring. It's the 100th anniversary of Confederation. Everybody sing together. Canada. Doppity-doopity-crop, Canadien, notre pays. Et nous sommes 20 millions. Canada. 25 par province. Et nous sommes 10 toute la vie. Hurrah, vive le Canada. We cheers and hip, hooray. The Centennial. That's the order of the day. Frere Jacques, merrily we roll along, Maison